You, fuck off out of here!
Me?
Get out! Hey, excuse me, madam,
Gotcha.
fuck me! How about fuck you?
Alright guys, a lot of people in the Overwatch community are being called out for their hero stereotypes, and today I'll be going through each hero and explaining a common stereotype related to that hero. So without further ado, let's begin. People who have played Ana have often just finished watching a sick Ana montage and think to themselves, wow, this character looks skillful, but I reckon I can do that. When in reality, the Ana main will jump into a pub and watch their entire team die because they were trying to get a sick 360 sleep on the enemy DPS. The Ana player will be so focused on these frags that they will hold their ultimate the entire game and only realise when the match is in overtime. The team will often flame the Ana and say, Ana, stop DPSing and heal. In retaliation, the Ana player will do one of two things, leave the voice channel or swap off Ana. Ashe players are often failed Widow mains who think they have another shot at being a sniper and that they could somehow redeem themselves. However, the majority of the round you will find them throwing dynamite and missing their shots on the dynamite and will not get a single frag until they send out Bob. But what happens is when Bob gets a kill, the Ashe player's mind will release a large amount of dopamine and create a sense that they are carrying the team, when in reality they have a 23% win rate. People who play Baptiste are often good people with good intentions. They are often looking out for people and looking for a clutch immortality field. However, when the Baptiste gets his ultimate, the player's prefrontal cortex is often caught with two decisions. 1. I reckon my team can benefit off my ultimate. Or 2. If I can kill the enemy before they kill my team, I'll be supporting my team even more. People who play Bastion often pick him on a variety of maps, including Junkertown, Town Junk, or Trash City. Yeah, basically just Junkertown. A Bastion player will often be accompanied by an Orisa player with a Mercy or Baptiste. But once the Bastion player has set up on the payload, they become very narrow-minded and tunnel vision on everything that's in front of them. However, the major downfall for Bastion players is a well-coordinated team, and once the enemy has pushed the Bastion's team off the cart, the player will remain Bastion for the entirety of the round, often resulting in a loss. Oh man, we're up to this character. Alright. Brig players are tailored to supporting the team and are often looking out for... just kidding. Brig players are useless DPS mains, and you know, they're kind of the people that will probably have enjoyment from eating sand. Ooh, notices your mech. Diva players are often fantasizing a relationship in which Diva would marry them IRL because she's a gamer grill. But Diva players often live for the moments when they get the 6k bomb or they eat the enemy Zarya's grav. But as you know, most Diva mains will lose a match against a Zarya because there's just no reasoning behind that, is there? It's not like Zarya hard counters Diva or anything. The main reason most people play Doomfist is because of the rush you get when you frag out and when the adrenaline kicks into your system as you're punching the enemy team against the wall. The feeling that you get when the enemy support is plummeting towards the wall and you can watch them as they die. You know that feeling. But what happens when you don't do so good? Need I say more? Other than being the gateway weeaboo character, Genji players will insta-lock Genji and proceed to quote-unquote carry the game. However, the Genji main will play a couple of games of Genji before realising just how shit the character is. Holy f*** this character. Now, a Hanzo main is a person who thinks they are God's gift to Overwatch, but in reality they are incredibly useless and deserve a report and an avoid. But people who play Hanzo are amazed that when they fire a blind arrow at a choke point and land a headshot, that this creates a singularity in their mind which is so dense it collapses any logical processes in their mind. This causes the Hanzo main to mysteriously walk out towards the enemy. Within the next 5 seconds, the Hanzo will die. Does anyone actually play Junkrat? Like, actual question, does anyone actually play Junkrat? You can often find these little respectable human beings browsing Reddit for some incredible new rollouts or wall rides. Because of this, you'll often see a little green blur on your screen, and that, my friends, is a Lucio main. Now, when these players aren't dying over and over again, they can become one of the most annoying little shits on the server. And often a frag on the enemy will result in a voice line spam and a fat teabag. 2 words really, right click. So you're either that McCree player that chooses to single fire your gun to be edgy and cool, or you're that asshole that flashbangs and then right clicks. Also, there is also a moment when the McCree misses a stun headshot and a wave of disappointment just overflows the McCree player. People who play Mei often have just woken up on the wrong side of the bed and really just want to ruin someone's day, whether it is on your team or the enemy team. But no one can forget that cold, evil smile and those eyes. It's always the eyes. Never have I thought a character from a video game could be used as an insult. Well, that character's name is Mercy. Now, people who play Mercy often are looking for a more casual experience in-game rather than a competitive experience, which is fair, and they should never come to competitive, they should just stay out. Okay, so Mario players are players that use supreme mechanical skill, and at the end of the match they always seem to be carrying the team because they always have 4 gold medals, obviously. Orisa mains generally eat dirt for breakfast because they live the most boring life possible, and the only time that they are required to use half a brain cell is to use their pull ability. Pharah players are commonly found in the Platinum rank or below, often duo queuing with a Mercy because they are trying to escape Elo Hell. However, the Pharah main will become triggered as soon as the Mercy neglects to heal or damage boost the Pharah for even a second. Reaper mains are a combination of the goth kids and the stoner kids you usually see at school. They are typically an edgy but laid-back sort of people. However, if you ever want to play the game, just play Reaper and hit Q. Reinhardt mains play Reinhardt because they enjoy protecting their team. Their motivation comes from a deep instinct to protect those more vulnerable. But when you are not protecting your team, you are attacking. Oh wait, you're dead. Roadhog mains play Roadhog because they enjoy the idea of being a one-man army, which is exactly what Roadhog is. Their hobbies include stuffed animals and arson. Honestly, Sigma has only been out for 4 months, so there aren't really any stereotypes for him. But the feet. Soldier 76 mains are often people who have come from the Call of Duty franchise and complain, why can't I look down sights as the Soldier character? But most people recognise Soldier as the Overwatch dad. You should just call him Dad 76, the dad of the team always looking out for his kids. Sombra mains are people who own and play too many stealth games, and often enjoy the suffering of every other person within the lobby. Symmetra mains will often have a real-life job and play Overwatch as just a leisure activity. Because of this, the Symmetra players often think methodically and logically, carefully constructing laser traps and well-placed teleporters to support their team. Torb players are people who have come from WoW and would like to roleplay as a dwarf. Once in a blue moon, a rare occurrence happens when a Torb 1v1 takes place on the map. These fights are to the death and will often decide who will control the objective. Another common objective by the Torb player is to switch from his rivet gun to his hammer and proceed to smack the enemy team. When Torb's ult is ready, common voice lines that can be heard are "I have got the molten load" or "Torb come on point." Have you ever had a fly in your room that you can't see but it sounds like it's right next to you? That, my friends, is Tracer. Now you see, this annoying little will be blinking around the map and spamming high-pitched voice lines while one-clipping your backline. If I don't get a pick, I will swap off. How many times have you heard this before? And 9 times out of 10, they will leave the voice channel after the first minute. Does this sound familiar? Winston being one of the only animals on the Overwatch roster means that he has a lot of furry fanfiction written about him. However, despite this, the Winston players often are emotionally attached to the character, therefore when Winston rages, the player will rage. At this point, the community is divided on whether to call him Hammond, Wrecking Ball, or just Ball, and Blizzard aren't really helping. People who play Ball often complain that Sombra, Mei, and Doomfist are too overpowered, and it has nothing to do with their positioning at all. The most common place you will find Zarya players is not in the voice channel. This is because the Zarya players will not want to communicate their ultimate and try to solo carry the team. However, in the few situations that they are in the voice channel, they will sometimes panic ult and not communicate with their team and expect their team to follow up. Zenyatta players, much like their character, are very peaceful and friendly. They often get excited when they kill an enemy flanker, or when they deny an enemy ultimate with Transcendence. This quick hit of dopamine simulates the effect of the THC in the weed that they smoke.
I am high.
And that's it. Those are my 2019 Overwatch stereotypes. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and a subscribe, and I guess I'll catch you guys later.